Check it out, we got a new camera angle. It's mind-blowing to me how completely clueless everybody is of the underlying issue of almost every problem that exists in everyone's life. Why everything's so expensive. Why you go to college and you rack up debt that you'll never be able to pay off working a normal job for the rest of your life. Why food is expensive, why housing prices aren't coming down, why it's impossible to move out of your parents' place when you're 32 years old, why it's impossible to afford a family and get married and have a fucking amazing wedding in Bali, Indonesia, just fucking rock like 6 kids into your wife and raise a family. I'm gonna explain the underlying issue here. Are you ready? Let me ask you this question. Why is printing money illegal? Because you can't counterfeit currency. It's fucked up. It's illegal. You know, one of the drastic and immediate outcomes of printing excessive amounts of money is inflation. Why can't I print some US dollars, baby, and go out and buy some? I need to upgrade my crypto glasses, clearly. And like, why can't I go print out some US dollars to get some nice new shades on, you know? It's ridiculous. I should be able to print money. Here's the thing. You're not allowed to do it because you're a citizen. You're just a normal human being that was born in the United States, just like me. You're just like me. I mean, yeah, you're just like me. You're just a normal person that was put into society, that was thrown into the school system, that whatever. We all live and operate under the fiat currency monetary-based system. We all live under the same artificial bullshit system, and we're not allowed to print our own money because that's going to create inflation. Well, guess what? The government and the Federal Reserve one day decided printing money is no longer legal for us. We're going to do whatever the fuck we want. And ever since that has happened, the 1% gap has been increased, the cost of living has gone up, the value of your labor, the value of your working wage has gone down, the cost of education, school, goods, healthcare, food, the cost of living, the cost of everything has gone up significantly because of the debasement of our own currency. And the reason why we debase our currency is because the Federal Reserve decided to do what's already fucking illegal and print money for themselves so they can spend it however they want. This is poor monetary policy. This is completely fraudulent, completely illegal, completely fucked up. And it's screwing over every single citizen of every single country in the entire globe. Because at this point, every single country in the entire world runs off of fiat currencies. And that's why Bitcoin was created, because it has a limited supply that cannot be monitored and controlled by any private institution or governing entity. It is operated through thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, if not millions of computer nodes throughout the entire world. And there is no middleman. It eliminates banks, and it eliminates the Federal Reserve. It eliminates governments because there is no longer a middleman. It is now a computer that is operating on code to process a secure transaction and make sure that both parties receive and spend that money. And the really interesting thing is there's been 0% of transactions on the Bitcoin network are fraudulent. There has not been one fraudulent transaction to exist on the Bitcoin network since it was created. However, in our banking system, in the banking industry, about 6% of all transactions are flagged as potentially fraudulent. That's a very large fucking percentage. That is a lot. That is very expensive. Takes a lot of probably takes a lot of energy to monitor and make sure that there's no fraudulent activity going on, especially when 6% of transactions are getting flagged. That's a lot of energy going towards fucking bullshit that we've already solved with Bitcoin through code. But I'm going totally off topic. Back to the main topic. Fiat currencies are shit. The entire world runs on fiat currencies, and I'm about to explain to you why. Well, I already explained, because we print fucking money, and printing money is illegal, but every government and Federal Reserve or whatever does it in every single fiat currency in every single country throughout the entire fucking world. Am I making my point yet? All right, well, I drew out a nice, beautiful visual. Hopefully I don't get fucking arrested. Holy shit. This is a beautiful depiction of what happens to your money when you hold it in these wonderful, beautiful asset classes called fiat currencies. You used to be able to put your money in a savings account and you'd get an 8% yield, or you get like 8% interest, and it was a good deal. You would hold your money in US dollars, you would put it into a savings account, and you would make some purchasing power over time. And you could take millions and millions and millions of dollars if you were a multimillionaire. You can put it into a savings account and your wealth was protected. And in fact, you would potentially build some wealth because the banks would take that money, they would invest it elsewhere for a higher yield, and then they'd pay you your 8% interest. And it was a great deal until it got completely out of fucking hand and they started printing the fuck out of these fiat currencies, that of which is already illegal. It is not allowed for this very fucking reason, yet the government and the institutions are doing it themselves. How are people not how do people not see this? I mean, I understand why people don't see this. 99.999% of people think I'm absolutely insane because I see something that the rest of the world doesn't, except for a very select few people, that of which are going to be invested in cryptocurrency and are going to become the next wealthy generation, because all the money is going to move from these shit fiat currencies into the crypto system, that of which we own first, so therefore we are going to absorb all of the world's wealth. But let me, I guess I should explain this little fucking whiteboard thing I got here. Because what I did is I drew out your return on an investment when you put your capital in these different asset classes. The first one is the best granddaddy fiat currency of the entire world. That is the US dollar. And if you put your money in the US dollar, you would, honestly, this number is probably so fucking wrong. Because I've seen data where it's like the US dollar has lost 50% of its purchasing power consistently the last 4 years since 2001. Another stat told me it's lost 23% of its purchasing power in the last decade. So I'm going to take the conservative number and I'm going to say if you put $100 in the US dollar 10 years ago, it'd be worth 23% less today. And you ain't getting interest in your checking account, motherfucker. The banks ain't giving you anything. And what they're doing is they're taking that money and they're whatever fractional reserve banking does, they loan it out like 9 times. US dollar, your return on investment over 10 years is down 23%. The Chinese yuan, whatever the fuck, your return on investment is very bad. Every other fiat currency to exist in every single country in this entire world is the return on investment is worse than the US dollar, therefore it's shit. But Bitcoin has a year-over-year return on investment of 63% since it was founded, which means that it is growing. Oh my God, it's growing 63% year over year. That is ridiculous. And the reason why is because it's absorbing all of the economic energy in these 3 fucking shit currencies, these imaginary places that we put economic energy. So the consensus of this video is that we are really operating in a financial system that is completely manipulated, artificial, and it's just controlled by this group of elite people that can print money, create economic energy, do whatever the fuck they want with it. And in return, what that does to you, the average American citizen, the average person in any country that operates with it in whatever fiat currency we're specifying about, it devalues everything in your life. Devalues the value of your labor. It devalues the value of your money, your savings account. And what it does is it actually increases the value of hard assets. So that's like Bitcoin, that's real estate, that's businesses, ETFs, that's stocks. When they print money, this increases the value of all these other entities that of which only rich people own. And that's why it increases the 1% gap. So let's visualize it. This is what it looks like. The US dollar looks like shit. It's the worst return on investment out of any asset class that currently exists. And it's mind-blowing to me that people are so confident in the US dollar still, but the reason why, it's because we've operated in the US dollar, and it's been the world reserve currency. It's been the currency that the entire world operates on for a very, very long time. And when people are comfortable and a technology is fully adopted, the idea of a better technology coming in and killing its existence seems absolutely fucking insane to most people. And they're not even going to entertain the idea. They're going to spend 15 minutes trying to study and learn and understand crypto and Bitcoin. And after 15 minutes, they're going to be like, well, nothing backs Bitcoin. It's backed by nothing. It's just a digital number. It does nothing actually. It doesn't mean anything. You haven't even spent 1,000+ hours researching the technology. So the problem here for most people is education. They don't understand the underlying technology. They don't understand the problem. They're not asking the right questions. People don't understand the underlying issue that we have throughout the entire globe, and that's a currency issue. During the same time frame, almost every major asset class has gone up. Stocks up 256%, gold only up 25%, Bitcoin up 4,986 and 412%. We all know where that stimmy check belongs to. Let's buy some Bitcoin with it. Oh my god, I kind of wonder if we're gonna get some more fucking stimmy checks this year now that we got the elections coming up. Yeah, bro, the US dollar has lost 23%, which is also mind-blowing to me, is that if you had your money, if you had your wealth in gold, the inflation of the US dollar has pretty much outpaced the appreciation of gold. Which means that you're pretty much losing purchasing power by owning gold because they're printing so much fucking money. Oh my god, it's crazy. I forget who I heard that stat from, but apparently over the last if you had your money in gold and your money in US dollars over the last 5 years, the rate of inflation has outpaced the appreciation of gold, which is ridiculous. Now back to Bitcoin, because everyone was scared. The last video I made, I was like, oh my god, Bitcoin's fucking crashing. Blah, 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 blah. Because we had this huge turn down here. And you can see it's bouncing off this resistance point of like 60K. But, you know, we're probably going to play around this like 60 to 70,000 mark for a while. But very soon, I mean, we have the halving coming up literally in like a day or two, I think. And I guarantee over the next 3 months, Bitcoin's going to double to triple in price. That's where my head's at with this game. So that was a little analysis of why the fuck Bitcoin is important, why the hell everyone is getting screwed over, what everyone doesn't see. Pretty much the underlying issue for everyone's life is currency. It's the debasement of currency. And the solution is cryptocurrency, and I'm very passionate about making these fun, ranting fucking videos, because if I can teach a couple of people, and they dedicate hundreds of hours learning this technology, and then they believe in it, and then they invest in it, and then they're right, just like I am, and then in a couple of years, they become financially independent because of the information I was able to provide for them to make the discovery decision to dedicate hours and hours and hours of their own time and energy to learn about this technology, to then build wealth, to then buy a house, to then get it, increase their monthly income, to then get married, have kids, and live an amazing, fulfilling life. That's the objective here. So you're very fucking welcome, everyone, and subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and tune in for the next video, because this shit is about to get wild. Woo!